Alright, welcome to part 3. So in this video we're going to start looking at the trigonometry questions. Make sure you have your calculator on you because you're definitely going to need it for this part of the video. Alright, so let's look at the first question. So the question says, determine your value of the following expressions. Of in Afrikaans bepaal die waarde van die volgende uitdrukkings. Alright, so these questions are quite easy. This is definitely where you have to get your marks. So question number 1, they say sine 66,3 plus cos 33,4. So you're going to take your calculator, you're going to put in sine, right? Then it's going to automatically give you a bracket. Then you're going to put in 66,3 into your bracket, close your bracket, and then you just say equal. Alright, so that will give you 0.91566, etc. Alright, then we're going to do the same with a cos. So we're going to say cos, so press your cos button. Then it's automatically going to give you a bracket. Then you're going to put in your 33,4 into the bracket. Close the bracket, equation sign, and that will give you 0.834847, etc. Alright, remember in a question you cannot round off. So I cannot round off this part, neither this part. So you actually have to give the full answer. So if you feel confident in your abilities, you can from the beginning just say sine 66,3, close the bracket, plus cos 33,4, close your bracket. And when you do that, you will see that you get 1,75. Right, make sure to always round off to 2 decimal places, except if the question states otherwise. Alright, let's have a look at number 2. So number 1 and number 2 are very similar, but I have a difference here. Now I have a squared. Alright, so the way you're going to put this into your calculator is you're going to say sine 66,3, close that bracket. Alright, obviously there's no degree sign, and then you put it to the power of 2. Okay, so you're going to go on your calculator, you're going to press the sign button, it's automatically going to give you a bracket, you're going to put in your 66.3, close the bracket, and then you put it to the power of 2. So doing that, I get 0.83843, etc. And then I'm going to do the same with cos, so it's going to become cos. Into my bracket I have 33,4, close the bracket, put it to the power of 2. So doing that I will get 0.69697, etc. Then we're just going to add it together. So either from the beginning you can put it in, or you can write your steps. Just remember you cannot run off in the middle of a question. And doing this I will get an answer of, just quickly recalculate it. Alright, I will get a final answer of 1,5354, etc. Remember we always run off to 2 decimals. So my second decimal is my 3. And because the number next to it is larger than 4, it becomes 1,54. Full marks. Alright, let's look at number 3. So number 3 I have sec 42. Now remember you don't have a sec button, so we have to change the sec either into a sine, a cos, or a tan. So now you need to remember your reciprocals. So the reciprocal of sec will be 1 over cos. So I'm going to change the sec 42 into 1 over cos 42. Alright, so I'm going to press my fraction button on my calculator. I'm going to put a 1 at the top. At the bottom I'm going to say cos. Into my bracket I'm going to put the 42, close my bracket, and it will give me an answer of 1,3456, etc. And if I round it off, there's my second decimal. Next to it I have a 5. Oops. So it will become 1,35. Alright, so number 4. This one looks a bit different. So now I'm giving you 5 cos x plus 12. Okay, so we have to calculate this part if x is 35. Alright, so that means before I can continue, here where I have an x, I have to substitute a 35 in. So it actually becomes 5 cos bracket 35 plus 12. Alright, now that we can put into our calculators. I'm going to say 5. I'm going to say cos. It's going to give me my bracket. In my bracket, I'm going to say 35 plus 12. I'm going to close my bracket. And then it will give me an answer of 3,40999. Rounding it off next to, there's my second decimal. Next to it is a 9, so this will become a 1. So it will be 3,41. Alright, these are the type of questions you definitely have to get right in a test. Alright, your next type of question they can ask you, so that was determining your expressions. The next type of question is to solve for x, om vir x op te los. So that means, if we look at number 1, I want to get my x alone. I want to get that angle alone. Meaning whatever is not that angle has to go over. Now you remember, whenever you have to take something over your equation sign, it means you have to do the inverse. Now the inverse of plus, you know, is minus. The inverse of multiplication is division. Now the inverse of cos will be cos to the power of -1. Alright, so not cos the entire thing to the power of -1. We just talk about cos the inverse, so we put a -1 there to indicate we are busy with the inverse. Now to get this on your calculator, you're going to press your shift button first. Alright, your shift button is at the top left hand side. Then you're going to say cos, because we're busy with cos. Then you will see it will automatically give you cos -1 bracket. Then you put in your 0.218, close the bracket, and you will see that x is equal to 77,51 degrees if you round it off. Alright, let's look at number 2. Alright, for interest's sake, let's just put a 2 here as well. Alright, so we want to get x alone. Alright, now that's quite a mission, so let's start. The first thing I'm going to take over is my 2. My 2 is multiplying on this side, so the inverse of multiplication is division. So I'm going to say 0,868 divided by 2. Alright, putting that into my calculator, 0.868 divided by 2, it will give me 0,434. Now the next thing I can take over, remember that -10 is in my bracket, so I cannot remove the bracket while there is still a sign. So I'm going to take over my sign, and I'm going to get the inverse of sign, which is sign -1. Alright, now remember, to get that on your calculator, you're going to say shift, you're going to say sign, it's automatically going to give your bracket, and then you're going to put in this part. So you're going to put in 0.434, close your bracket. Alright, so this will give me 2x minus 10 equals to 25,72167, etc. And now I can take over the rest. So I still want to get my x alone, so I'm taking over the -10. And when I take it over, it becomes plus 10. So I have 2x equal to 26,72167, etc. Oh, sorry, not 26, I mean, okay, 25 plus 10 becomes 35. Alright, and then to get rid of a 2, I have to divide both sides by 2. So x is actually equal to 17,86 if I round it off correctly. Alright, so this one isn't so difficult either. Now let's have a look at the last question. So this is still solving for x. So I want to get my x alone. So I have to take over my cosec. However, I don't know what cosec is. So before I can take it over, I have to change it either to cos, sine, or tan. Now remember, cosec is the same as 1 over sine. So actually I have 1 over sine x equals to 1,357. Alright, because my sine x is at the bottom, I have to take it over and I'm going to multiply with sine x. So I have 1 equals to 1,357 multiplying with sine x. Now to get my sine x part alone, I have to take this part over, and because it's multiplying, it's going to divide on this side. Alright, so I'm going to say 1 divided by 1.357, and that will give me 0,73619, etc. equals to sine x. Then I'm going to take over my sine. It becomes the inverse of sine. So once again, I actually have x equal to shift sin, or sin minus 1, 0,73619, etc. So to put it in my calculator, I'm going to say shift, sine button, put that part in, or you can just use your answer button, and that will give me x equal to 47,57 degrees. Very important, whenever you have a cosec, a sec, or a cot, you have to first change it into a sine, a cos, and a tan. So change it to its reciprocal, and then you continue to get xa low.